Today we will talk about modeling multiplication. So go ahead and write model multiplication on your book. You can always pause your video if you need more time to write. So we'll show you how to do that in class. So modeling multiplication. So we're going to talk about equal groups today. So first, let me put a little line under modeling multiplication because that's our topic. And go ahead and write the words equal groups. And we've heard the word equal before because of the equal sign. And it just means the same amount. Groups we're going to talk about today. So equal groups are the same number of items or things in each group. And you know what a group is. We get together, we have some items, and that can be considered a group. Or we have some people together, and we can consider that a group. So go ahead and write same number of items in each group. Okay, let's pretend today that I went to Barron's. So I'm going shopping at Barron's, and I need to get some fruit, and I'm going to get apples. So I want to group my apples though because I want a certain amount for each day. So let's pretend every day I eat 2 apples. So here's 1 apple, here's another. The next day I'm going to eat 2 apples as well. And the next day I'm going to eat 2 apples. And the next day I'm going to eat 2 apples. And then the final weekday I eat another 2 apples. I love apples. So I'm going to look at this and I am going to put this into groups. And I'm going to put it into groups of 2. And I want to make sure they're equal groups, so let's see if they turn out to be equal. So I have 2 here. I have 2 here. I have 2 here. I also have 2 here. And I have another 2 here. Do I have the same amount in each group? I do. I have 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. So I have 2 apples in each group. So now I'm going to show you how that relates to multiplication. But first let's look at addition. So I'm going to write the word addition over here. So go ahead and write that too. Whatever I write down, you write down. Addition. The way I can show that in an addition problem is I'm going to write how many items are in each group. So I'm going to put a 2 here. I'm going to put a 2 under here. I'm going to put a 2 under here. I'm going to put a 2 under here and a 2 under here. And because I'm dealing with addition, I'm going to add up all my apples for the week. So plus, 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 and plus. So it's called repeated addition because you're repeating your groups. You have the same amount in each group. So I have 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. And that is going to equal 10 if I add it up. Let's count it together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It gives me 10 apples for the week. I could do this by skip counting too. So I could skip count by 2's. So I'm going to write skip count by 2's. So I could go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Still 10 apples. Now I'm going to show you how to write it as a multiplication problem. So go ahead and write the word multiplication. The way you write it by multiplication is you write your number of items. So I write items times the number of groups. And that gives you your product or your answer. They call the answer to a multiplication problem a product. So how many items do I have in each group? Well, I have 2 in each group, so I'm going to put 2. Put my multiplication sign. How many groups do I have? Let's count them up. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 groups of 2. So if I go back to my repeated addition or skip counting by 2's, I know that 5 groups of 2 is 10. That's how I write it as multiplication. So that's how you model multiplication with equal groups. We will do an activity in class together.